Alright guys, Ramblin' Man on the road with you. So I feel like I'm in this awkward transition from summer to fall weather in terms of knowing how to dress. And at this time of year, you almost have to pack along a couple extra pieces or be prepared to shed a couple of pieces. Like right now, I've got on a coat I bought over the summer. It's only my second time wearing it out. And it's got the zipper line layer inside for a little warmth, but I'm feeling some air on my neck, and it's tolerable, but about 5 to 10 degrees cooler it would not be. And I'd just as soon not have it right now, to be honest. But I always screw up the pronunciation of this stuff. Balaclava, I think one way is a dessert, and the other way is this neck covering. It would cover the back of the neck, and I brought 2 of them with me. The neck covering would resolve it. I see that guy out here a lot. I'm not sure if that's the guy. One of the people in my, when I took my very first, beginner motorcycle course to get my license, people come from all over the central Virginia area to that location. And one of the guys in my course, I found out, lived about a mile from me. And I bumped into him about 8 months after the course at a hardware store. I'm like, hey, I think you were in my motor course. And he's a deputy sheriff in Goochland County. And it is true. So we've been seeing each other. I'm not sure if that's him. I can't quite tell. But anyhow. Also, getting back to the cooler weather gear, I had bought some, like a very thin layer of, like, I'll call them long johns, just under garment pants things that I wear when I go into the woods to check trail cameras when it gets this time of year. And I have a pair for the motorbike as well. I wore those on a recent ride, and I couldn't tell where they were doing a whole lot. And then I have a second pair that I bought from, like, Revzilla that has got some interior foam sort of stuff, insulation I'll call it, and I'm wearing those right now underneath my jeans, and boy, those do great. And I have found that those will get me down to probably about, I don't remember, probably about 50 degrees. They feel pretty good, maybe 45. And then below that I start adding in the heated gear that I've bought. And actually, that heated gear I might start putting on in the 50 range. Anything below 60 starts getting, you can feel it. And at this time of year, it might be 50 in the morning, get up to 70, 75, maybe even 79 range in the afternoon, this time of day. And then as your sun starts to set, it gets back down to 50. And if you end up on a longer ride than you thought, it could be even the mid to high 40s. So you got to prepare and have layers with you. I'm somewhere in between right now, because what I got on is what I got on, and I didn't bring anything heavier. The heated gear's back at home. Sometimes I'll put a sweatshirt on under the coat. Right now I just got a long sleeve t-shirt and the zipper lining of the jacket. And the other thing I have found is that I've switched to some gloves I bought last year, and if I zip things up just right, I can have the cuff over the jacket, whereas if I have the jacket cuff over the glove, wind comes right up your arm into the jacket, and even though there's vents in the back, it gets all puffed up for one. Plus, you can feel it. So I try to have the cuff of the glove go over the jacket. Now, this is a short cuff glove. If you saw any of my videos from last year, I also bought the same brand, their longer cuff, what I really like. They're not the warmest gloves, so I have some heated gloves that I'll bring in, and I also have heated grips that can carry me a good ways. So that's kind of my setup, and that's kind of my transition thinking. Sometimes I get out and remember, like, oh darn it, I forgot to bring this heated gear, or I wish I had added this heated element with me. I don't have a heated seat on any of my bikes. You know, I always thought that was kind of a gimmick, like I really wouldn't need it. And I did sit on one during our Indian demo rides day. Now, it was the summer, so I was testing the cooling and the heated seat, and I was really impressed with how I could feel both. I've just been too cheap to buy it relative to how much I really ride in weather that I would need it.